Objective 15, Level 2 is very similar to our Level 3s in the last unit. We're still setting up equations from word problems and solving it. So this is a good review. If you weren't able to get to Level 3s last week, now you get the practice to work on Level 3s as Level 2s this week. So keep working at it, and this might be a good opportunity for you to retake that last assessment. So Level 2, it says Terry has a total of $6.80. The number of quarters and dimes is 38. How many quarters and dimes does Terry have? So first we got to talk about what's the unknown here. What don't we know? Well, we don't know the quarters, and we don't know how many dimes he has. So let's go ahead and assign some variables. So I'm going to use quarters and use Q. Okay, and this is the number of quarters. And then I'm going to use D for dimes. Okay, again, this is the number of dimes because that's what I don't know. So the other thing that we're talking about is what two pieces of information do we have? Well, we've got something that's talking about the amount of money about these two unknown quantities, the quarters and dimes, and we also know the amount, so like how many coins in general do we have. So that's where our two equations are going to come from for our system. The amount of money and the amount of coins just in general. So let's start with the money. The quarters and dimes. So dimes are 10 cents, but we don't want to use 10. We're going to use 0.10 because that represents 10 cents in terms of money. So we're going to say 0.10D plus 0.25Q because a quarter is not 25, it's 25 cents. So we need that decimal place in front of it. And that total should be $6.80. And then for the amount of coins in general, D we said represented the amount of dimes. Q represents the amount of quarters. So if I add that together, my total should be 38. So you can solve this any way you want to. You can use elimination or you can use substitution. If you don't really want to deal with decimals, you can go ahead and do that. Why don't you go ahead and pause this, practice solving your systems, and play it to check your answer. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and solve by substitution. So I'll have 38 minus Q. So I'm going to take this and substitute it in for D up here. So I have 0.10 times 38 minus Q plus 0.25Q equals 680. So if I distribute here, I get 3.8 minus 0.10Q plus 0.25Q equals 680. And then I'll have and if I keep on solving, you'll get Q to equal 2. Not 2, 20. Sorry, so we got Q equals 20, which means there's 20 quarters, and then I would just substitute it back into either equation to get the amount of dimes, and you will get dimes to equal 18. Okay, so let's take a look at the second one. It says Marcia has 3 times as many $1 bills as she does $5 bills. She has a total of $32. How many bills of each does she have? So again, let's go ahead and talk about what is the unknown and assign some variables. Well, it says the question, how many of each bill does she have? And the different types of bills that we're talking about are $5 bills and $1 bills. So I'm going to call the $1 bills X and the $5 bills Y. Okay, so we just kind of assigning some variables here. Now, the information that we have is that she has 3 times as many $1 bills as she does $5 bills. These phrases can be really tricky to put into an equation. You kind of have to think backwards. So it says she's got 3 times as many $1 bills as she does $5 bills. The type of bill that she has the most of is $1 bills. Okay, she's got 3 times as many as $5 bills. So if I take X, that's going to equal 3 times the $5 bills, Y. So again, just kind of think backwards of that. Think about which variable or which item has more, and then almost kind of do the opposite. If it says 3 times as many as that, like the $1 bill, you're going to multiply that, the 3 times the $5 bill to make it equal, to make it even. Okay, we'll keep working on those, but always try and think backwards when those things come up. The second piece of information says she has a total of $32. So that means her $1 bills, the amount of $1 bills, and the amount of $5 bills should equal $32. So if I have $1 bills, that's $1 times the number of $1 bills I have, plus $5 times the number of $5 bills I have, Y, will equal $38. Whoops, not 38. We're going to use 32 because that's what it says in the problem. Okay, so the best thing that we can do to solve this is to substitute the 3y in for the x over here. So we have 3y plus 5y equals 32. So then y will equal 4. And then if I substitute this back in, x will equal 12. So that means that she's going to have her number of $5 bills, she'll have 4 of, and her number of $1 bills, she'll have 12 of. So go ahead and give level 2s a shot.